Hello, my name is Swissbianco. In this video I will talk about the cold steel magnum kukri. This variant here is already a bit altered. I did resharpen the blade. The factory edge is as usually not that well. I would say on this case it was about 90% sharp. Usually it's even worse. And then I painted it matte black to give it a bit more tactical look. What is also different than the usual machete from cold steel is that they now are stamped cold steel South Africa and not have that ugly sticker on the blade anymore. It was always a pretty pain to remove that sticker that is on the blade. That stamp for sure is nicer. We see it's a pretty long item, pretty slim too. Comes together with a sheet. Sheet is not yet altered. The sheet is with two snaps, as usually with the kukri design from cold steel. It has a nice bigger belt loop here, and below we have a thinner plastic left and right side riveted on to protect the point. Now this magnum kukri is pretty long and slim. I did drag out the regular kukri machete that I use from time to time just for comparison, and that is basically why I did buy the bigger one too, that I have a bit a longer reach. Now we see the regular one has a bit more curve in it, is less long and still has a bit wider blade compared to the wide section there. So that is the main difference. It's just more compact. The handle is about the same. I think it is actually the same mold that they use on both of them, and they made some other variants of the kukri style over the years. The bottom one is also made in South Africa and had back then that ugly sticker on it there, so that is gone already. That just for comparison, the magnum one is quite a bit longer and slimmer. I did not have the time yet to test it out. The shorter one works pretty well, but the longer one not yet. We still have a bit cold weather here in North Georgia, so that's going to be in spring to summer, as we use the machetes here quite a lot with all the vegetation in the jungle style mountains that we have around here. So machete gonna be helpful and useful here in this area for sure. That's why I try out a bit different style of machetes, and the kukri style is usually working pretty well. Once you get the feel of it, it's sure different compared with a regular style machete, and we're gonna see how well that works in the longer variant. What still is missing in my regards on the cold steel machete line is that they actually would make a variation with the sawback. The SOG kukri variant that has a sawback, and that is a really good machete. Video is on the swissbianco YouTube channel as well, and I did use that in the fall quite a bit, and that item works out really well. And as long as you have a sawback, that gives you double use. So with the shorter one, the length of a possible sawback is a bit limited, but still even that short length gives you quite a saw action. But on something like this, if we had a sawback pretty much over the whole length of the spine, that for sure would give a great saw action. Also, it is not that curved down that it bows down that you get that yeah, uneven sawing motion as you get with the SOG machete. So that would be something to consider for the future. Hopefully they offer that. Generally with the machetes that Cold Steel offers, you can't get wrong. Those are really good made. They have a bit of trouble as some are made in South Africa, like those two here, and some are made overseas in Asia. The Asia ones, and I test that ones out as well, did never perform as well as the South African ones. So for me personally, I stick with the South African ones, and I'm not gonna buy the Chinese or whatever variant that Cold Steel would offer. So that much about the kukri machete from Cold Steel.